How you doing? How you doing? It's Chris the Method Man. And today we have a special guest. My classmate, well, my old classmate, high school classmate, the lovely, the beautiful Miss Daria Carter. Daria, it's a blessing, it's an honor. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
So, I mean, wow, it's been like 3 years. How you been?
I've been good. Life is definitely different after high school, but I feel great.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good. So, um, I was reading your bio. Um, I read that you're part of Macy TV, and can you tell me a little bit about what you do with that? And yeah,
Yeah. So basically, I work a part of Macy's PR team. Um, I just kind of help her with coming up with creative ways of branding her TV show. Um, I give her like behind the scenes, kind of help her with her like appearance for her show. Not necessarily her as a person, but just how she wants to go about branding her show. And I also ensure that I post whenever she has a new show coming out. And yeah, I don't have a huge role in Macy's like production program, but I still help where needed.
so you're kind of like a like behind the scenes PR person.
Exactly.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, we need more of those. I'm looking for a branding. I'm looking for a media team,
Mhm.
etc. So that's good to know. So you're approaching your junior year. Well, you are a junior.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what advice do you have for any incoming freshmen who want to know more about HBCUs and Southern University?
I would definitely say do your research. We definitely, as young Black men and women, we definitely go more towards the HBCU lifestyle. I think that it's important to attend the HBCU, being that we're going to be a part of the minority all of our life. So to finally be in an atmosphere and an environment where we are the majority, I think is a time that you should enjoy as some of the best years of your life. But
Yes.
like I said, do your research. Not every HBCU atmosphere is the same. I know I've been to other HBCUs and it didn't feel like how Southern feels like for me.
Mm.
And then also make sure you're picking a school because you actually want to go there, not just because your parents want you to go there or the pressure from like some of your bigger influences. Make sure you pick a school just because you feel like it'll be the best school for you. Make sure that it has a great program catered to your major. And just knowing like you tour there, it actually does feel like home. Even though my mom graduated from Southern, I didn't have to go to Southern. And I was weighing between Southern and another school. So,
Yeah. So, why did you choose Southern? You could have chosen any other school. You had many scholarships.
mhm.
So, why Southern? Why that one school?
I think even though I'm really an advocate on choosing a school because you want to go there, being that I grew around the Southern atmosphere my entire life, um, it still just felt like the best school for me.
Mm.
And I think that although I am technically a Southern legacy because my mom went here,
Yeah.
I'm still creating a legacy for myself and for those who come after me.
Yeah.
And then going along with that, I'm a business major, and Southern has one of the best business schools in the nation in my eyes. So I'm really retaining information very well.
Hmm.
I love the campus. I love the atmosphere. I love game days, and I love the people that I go to school with. So that's pretty much why I chose Southern. And I don't really have to deal with a lot of problems that other people deal with, like financial aid. I know that's something big in the
Yeah.
HBCU
Yeah.
life, like slow financial aid and things like that. I don't really have to deal with that just because like I just aim for applying for scholarships, and most of the time I get the scholarship, so I don't get aid from like the government.
Yeah.
I do get TOPS, but that's merit based.
Yeah.
So Southern, I just knew Southern was the school for me.
Well, it's a good explanation. Because I guess also just being a legacy as myself, you know, it could have been other schools, but growing around that culture and just being around my people
Mhm.
is nothing. It's a feeling that you can't really explain. You
Right.
can't comprehend. And I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to go to HBCU,
Mhm.
have friends like you in my life. So, you know, yeah. So, what's the biggest misconception about going to HBCU or just any college?
Um, I think that people think just because HBCUs are one of the more underfunded institutions in this nation that we don't get information like we would at a PWI.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I think that HBCUs and PWIs give you more so the same information. However, it's really all about how you retain the information, because most of our professors at Southern, not all of them are black. We do
No.
have white professors,
Yep.
we have Indian professors, we have Arabian professors. And so it's really just about how you retain the information. I think I retain information better in a classroom with people who look like me and who understand things like me, rather than me going to a PWI and possibly having a teacher who is black but being in a classroom full of people who are not in the same race as me.
Yeah.
Like I would feel more pressure to having to do better, and that's not always good. Like I hate the
Yeah.
anxious feeling, but I'm here at Southern excelling like dean's list every semester. I think that people think that because you attend a HBCU, you're not as worthy to get a job as another person, but I can make better grades than somebody at a different school.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Man, I never heard that explanation before. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. So, where you see yourself in 5 years? You know?
I'll be I'll be 25.
Yeah.
Um, in 5 years, I probably will be in Chicago, um, working for the company that I've been interning for this past summer and summer coming as well, because I'm in a 2-year program with them. Um, Hopefully, I would have just received my master's, because I do want to go and get my master's part time, preferably. Um, I think I'll be living on my own. I'm not really rushing like relationships, um, like with a companion, but definitely in a happy state and just like proud of myself and my growth and just setting myself up for a successful like rest of my life. I think your 20s should be a time that you actually enjoy. Like you
Of
shouldn't
course.
put so much pressure on yourself to make so many moves when you're 20, when you have the rest of your life to do stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I think it's about enjoying it. Like I enjoy getting my education, so I know I'll enjoy getting my master's depending on what school I choose to go to. But I definitely want to be in my career by then, making my money,
Mhm.
um hopefully saving up to have my own house,
Yeah.
and really just living life.
Wow. Wow. Man, living life. Man, I mean, it's kind of hard in your 20s.
Hmm.
You have a lot of responsibility. You have school. You have everything else. So how do you, I guess, sorry, sorry,
Oh
like
no, all right.
how do you take care of school, but and also have internships? Like, how you handle that?
Um, I'm a person who doesn't like overwhelming myself. So I would say that, of course, school comes first. My internship hasn't happened during school time,
Mm-hmm.
even though I was in summer school over the summer. It's just about finding that balance. So I knew that I was working 40 hours a week from 8 to 4 o'clock. I would do my schoolwork when I get off work, and then whatever nighttime activities me and my friends would do, I would handle that. Um, it's really just about finding a balance. And even with being involved in school now, I had to learn I can't overwhelm myself trying to be in so many different organizations at one time. So I was already in two big organizations that took up a lot of time, but school still comes first. And also, my mental health comes first as well. So, if I had to drop an organization, um, just to ensure that I was still being steady with school, but still being happy, then I would do that as well.
So it's honestly just having the balance, but also realizing your goals, your purpose, your priorities in life.
Exactly. It's okay. People can mean well by wanting to be in multiple different organizations, but if you feel like it's too much on you, it's okay to drop it. It's just about the way you drop it. Because some people would just quit an organization, say F it, and like just leave. But it's a matter of respect that you also have to give that organization. Like, not, you didn't just put time in it, but it also put time in you. At the end of the day, somebody chose you to be in that organization because they saw something in you. So it's really just about, like I said, finding that balance,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, we're all here for education.
yeah. But I feel like that's the problem for some people. Even myself. You know, it's like there's so many things that are going on. There's so many distractions at a university.
Mhm.
It's like I think to myself sometimes, like, man, I have to snap out of this, man. Like I have an assignment due. I got an essay to do.
Mhm.
How do I just balance that, man? And then it's like there can be a party. Like it's, it's just so much that I can do, but it's like I'm only one person.
Exactly.
So it's like if I just balance it out, maybe my grades will be better, you know.
Mhm.
And I feel like if everybody just realizes their purpose, realize that school is not always you know fun and games. It's about knowing yourself and actually, I guess, preparing for the future,
Exactly.
going to the workforce. You know, I feel like a lot of people will have much better grades, but also be happier. So
Mhm.
yeah. So when you leave Southern, right? How you want to be remembered and how you want your legacy to be.
Wow. I never
Yeah.
asked that before. Um, when I leave Southern, I want to be known as a leader. Um, I think that from my time coming into Southern, my freshman year, versus how I want to leave Southern, I want people to remember me as a leader. Like my freshman year, my first organization that I joined was Jaguar Ambassadors. And that organization, you were catering more towards high school seniors who were interested in coming into Southern, giving them tours. And even some of those students who I toured my freshman year are now here as sophomores. So I want to be a part of what factored them to come here. So because Daria gave such a good tour and answered our questions so diligently,
Yeah.
she's part of the reason why I came to Southern. But even now, being in like student government, I want people to remember me because I helped serve, because I was quick to answer their question, because I was quick to get them an answer. Um, just knowing that I give up my experience to ensure that the next person's experience is better, I want people to remember me for that.
Wow, man. was beautiful. I started cheering up a little bit. I was like, dang, I never heard that before. I never heard that before. Man, that kind of just really kind of touched my heart because it was like, man, like it gave me kind of like a motivation. I'm like, man, if I want to do this, let me get my grades up. Let me do something.
Right.
It's good to just. It's a blessing to have people in your corner that just give you motivation and just that and they see the best in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. So you're part of SGA.
I
So is there any events or just any sneak peeks that you can tell? I guess the congregation, the Southern University student body, uh, what's coming up?
am. All I can really say is I can't really say much, but I will say that Southern University should definitely look forward to Welcome Back Week in the spring and Spring Fest. I think they're going to be 2 weeks of amazing fun, um, while also being purposeful, educational, and I think Spring Fest is just going to be a wonderful way to end off the semester.
Yeah.
That's
So
about all I can say, though.
okay. So there, this there's been this like rumor, like with SGA, this SGA event about like the class of 2024 and class of 2025 having like a college prom. Is that true or is it just like I don't know?
Y'all is just going to have to wait and see.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna find out.
Oh, y'all are going to find out.
I'm gonna be like one of those investigative reporters. Have a whole piece. So, what were one of your favorite memories being on the bluff that you would never forget?
Oof. I would say probably my first homecoming, which
Mm-hmm.
was my sophomore year. Um, like the actual day of homecoming, I just remember having so much fun with all of my friends. Seeing friends from high school that I hadn't seen in a while. My best friend coming onto the bluff. It was really just a movie. I think that was also probably one of my first like major normal college experiences because coming into college everything was mask up, no events,
Yeah.
like really didn't have anything to work with, um or maybe even spring fest second semester of my freshman year, just because it was also more so of a normal experience. That was my first time attending a silent party,
Mm-hmm.
attending a comedy show. Like our SJ president Chandler Vadrine, he really did his ditty with our. So it'll be between freshman year spring fest and homecoming. And then also to throw in a bonus, like just freshman year, like me and my friends making our own fun, like in the dorm, dressing up on Wednesdays, even though we didn't have actual pretty Wednesdays. I think the little moments are what matter the most.
So, do you feel like like a college experience, like by going to parties, every party? I think it's about just having those little moments, like meeting a person at the gym, or just I guess playing intramural sports out. What do you think? What do you think of that?
So I've never really been the party person. Um, I think my favorite like experiences is just meeting people on the bluff. Just because like in high school I was a really big social butterfly. Like I kind of knew everybody in the class, even people below me. And so to get to college and come in during the COVID year and like not talk to anybody and nobody ever talked to you, like it was weird.
Yeah.
But the little moments with my sweet mates and my friends, like just making our own fun, I think those are the best parts. And now it's just like from freshman year, everything has gotten better. I think a lot of people, especially like the current senior class, they always refer to spring 19. And so since spring 19, they haven't really been able to, they don't feel like they've leveled up since their freshman year. But for me, coming in freshman year during COVID, I would say that each year has only gotten better.
Yeah, I feel um, like the earlier part of 2022, it was turning to normalcy.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, not a lot of people like even in the classrooms, like a lot of people were still masked up. A lot of people, some were not, but it was normal. You know,
Hmm.
we were going to events. We didn't really have to mask up, but hopefully it changes.
Right.
Yeah. So, what are your hopes for Southern University as a whole, and what do you think it can improve on?
Um, for Southern as a whole, I would say just advocacy and just making sure like students do feel like their voices are being heard, not just putting pushing everything under the rug. Certain things do need to be addressed that have yet to be addressed. I don't think that's fair to the student body. Um, I think something that Southern does well is just I think our safety. Honestly, I've stayed on campus for 3 semesters out of my years. I've never felt unsafe on this campus, and I know people have had experiences.
Yeah,
I think, but I do think like our safety. I think Southern doesn't play about our safety.
yeah,
So I'm ready for that. But I think just student advocacy and just ensuring that like students do feel like their voices are heard. I think that's a place where um, Southern could improve on.
yeah, and financial aid as well.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, do you feel like you're walking your purpose?
I think I am. Um, from the beginning, I've said that everything happens for a reason. And I only believe that I've leveled up since my freshman year, so I'm grateful for that. Um, I think God has plans for me that I have yet to see.
Yeah,
So whenever I reach that point, I'm excited to see it happen. But until then, I'm just continuing to do what I do, and I'm just looking forward to what's yet to come.
mm. Wow. So, how do you know if someone is not in their purpose? Like, you know,
Um, I think someone would know if something's not in their purpose. If it just seems like there's too many trials and tribulations, like just constantly happening. Um, I think that sometimes the devil works hard, but I think God works harder.
yeah,
Um, but I do feel like if you're constantly going through struggle, I think you should try something else. Like I think there's another path that you should take. So that's probably how I would answer that question.
yeah. So, if you were to go back in time, right, 11 years later, well, no, earlier. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
What advice would you tell your younger self?
Um, 11 years, I would be 9. So I would just tell myself you're gonna be proud of how you come out. I never had a bad childhood. My parents poured into me. Um, my childhood was pretty normal. We went on vacation, a family vacation every year, sometimes twice. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty spoiled. And so now I've gotten to a point where I'm just really independent. Um, Like I don't really like asking my parents for much. Obviously they're my parents, so I'm gonna need them, but more so I ask them for advice and time rather than like gifts and money and things like that. But I would just tell my younger self like you're gonna be proud of how you turn out
Yeah.
and how you handle different situations.
Well, Daria, I'm grateful for just you taking your time out and just breaking bread with me. Um, Anytime that you want to come on the show, any accolade, just anything, you know, you if you want to talk about something, about world world things, I don't know, religion, I don't even know. I'll be glad to have you back on. But I just appreciate you and thank you. And any shout outs that you want to make?
Well, thank you, Chris, for having me on the show. Um, Shout out to Southern for winning this last home game and being undefeated.
Yeah.
um, in AW Mumford, and shout out to all of Chris's supporters, and shout out to you, Chris, for having me on the show.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. So I'll see you later. Thank you. And you have a good night.
You do the same.
All right. All right. Peace. That was Daria Carter, a beautiful soul, a beautiful person. All right, knuckleheads, I'm Chris the Method Man. Y'all stay blessed. Good night. Subscribe to my channel, and y'all stay blessed. Peace. I'm out.